Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, I want to request you to let me know the specific town you are watching us from. Like for me right now, I'm in Kisumu. So let me know the town, whether within or out of the republic. Yesterday, Joshua Arap Sang, the celebrated former Kasem radio presenter, made this post on his official social media handles. This is what he posted. Thank you, Your Excellency, President William Ruto, for appointing me as Director of Public Communication in the Office of the Chief of Staff and the Head of Public Service. Now, by making that post, Joshua Arap Sang announced to the country that William Ruto had actually appointed him to serve in his government, and is actually going to be based at Statehouse, and is going to work under the Chief of Staff, who is also the head of the public service. But why do you think William Ruto decided to reward Joshua Arap Sang? Because I'm looking at this position, I'm looking at the fact that, and also looking at the fact that Denis Itumbi is now not a member of the Chief Administrative Secretary, because he had been proposed to be one. So I'm looking at this position as one of the best suited for Denis Itumbi. But why would William Ruto fill that position with Joshua Arap Sang? For those who've been following the politics of this country, and I know most of you have not forgotten, Joshua Arap Sang was one of the accused at the ICC. He was accused alongside Henry Kosgei and William Ruto. For Henry Kosgei, he did not proceed to the trial, but for Sang, he proceeded. His case was determined, but I think the case still can be revived at any given time. And Joshua Arap Sang was actually accused for using his radio program, which was very popular within the Kalenjin nation, to allow William Ruto to organize his networks. Because remember, ICC accused Ruto of running a network of youths. So they accused Sang of using that radio program to allow Ruto's network to organize meetings, and also the same radio program was used to broadcast hate messages across the country. But now that's water under the bridge. I want us to focus on why William Ruto decided, of all the people, to appoint Joshua Arap Sang, because for me there are some hidden reasons behind that appointment. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen for the coffee which I received earlier today. I want to say thank you. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. You can also do the same using the numbers on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think William Ruto appointed Joshua Arap Sang to serve in that docket? Now, there's something which I want to remind you. Currently, as we speak, at State House, William Ruto has a press secretary who is called Emmanuel Talam. He has another gentleman called Eric Ngeno, I think, who writes a speechwriter. William Ruto also has a gentleman he called Gerald Bitok in his communications team. Now he has appointed Joshua Arap Sang. Makes the 4 people, at least those are 4 people I know, working in his office. I know there might be others, I don't know. So which suggests something. If you look at Talam, he was a politician, has been supporting Ruto. Eric Ngeno was with Itumbi during the defunct Presidential Strategic Communications Unit. Then Gerald Bitok, a blogger who has been an advocate of William Ruto, and now we are talking of Sang. It tells you that the appointment of Sang is also about certain reasons. Why do you think Ruto appointed Sang? For me, number one, I think William Ruto understands politics. And William Ruto has figured out that Joshua Arap Sang, when he was at CAS, had a lot of influence on the Kalenjin nation. CAS FM, specifically his program, was one of the most popular programs. Joshua Arap Sang used to influence a lot of the Kalenjin nation using that particular program. So I think William Ruto is trying to tap in his ability to influence, if not the Kalenjin alone, but the entire country. And we are talking of communications. Remember, William Ruto of late is suffering from communications deficit. The truth of the matter is that his government is facing a lot of challenges. The other day when they met, remember how they were telling the cabinet secretaries that, during the signing, when they were signing performance contract, that there are a lot of things happening in their ministries, but are not coming out. It means there's a deficit as far as communications is concerned. So I think William Ruto has realized that Sang, since he used to be very influential, he can tap into that to influence the communication strategy of Kenya Kwanza, especially at the national level, because now he'll be playing at the national level. Then when it will come down there, Sang will still be able to influence the Kalenjin nation. So for me, that's number one. Number two, something tells me that William Ruto has filled this position because Dennis Itumbi was likely to demand for this position. If you look at the position which Itumbi served in the previous government, the position he used to serve in the Kenya Kwanza, he was calling himself the hustler spokesperson. And you look at this position of public communications, it means he's the guy who is going to speak in terms of public. Maybe this is the position they were demanding, which is called government spokesman. I'm not so sure. Which for me, Dennis Itumbi would have really fitted in. But you see, some dockets are sacred. In our Kenyan politics, trust is never there. As much as Ruto and Itumbi have worked very closely, I think he would trust Joshua Arap Sang with certain information than he would do to Dennis Itumbi. So for me, this is just William Ruto's strategic moves to fill key strategic positions with Kalenjins. And he's done it smoothly and perfectly well. The other day I was talking to one of my friends who is nowadays in Kenya Kwanza, in UDA, from Homa Bay. He was appointed to some board, and I asked him, why board? Why is it that when appointments are made, you guys who are young from our region, you are appointed to the boards? Some of these boards, they really don't have any value. Why can't you just be appointed to these kind of positions? Why can't you just be taken to some consulate somewhere outside the country? He could not answer. So William Ruto is doing it perfectly, that by the time Kenyans will realize, he should have placed these guys, his key men, in key strategic positions. Remember, I'm not saying that Sang is not qualified. I actually pray for him because the guy suffered. I want him to serve, and I wish him success. I'm just explaining the political objective of his appointment. So for me, it's a strategy which Ruto is using to fill key positions which are strategic with his team. Number three, why do I have a strong feeling that Ruto is rewarding Sang? Because he was part and parcel of the ICC4. Remember, there were 6. 2 did not proceed. Then Ruto remained and Sang, the last 2 standing. So I tend to think that Ruto is just rewarding Sang as someone who was with him at The Hague. I know during that time, probably William Ruto, Sang, you look up at the wall, you don't see any future. But they survived it. So now Ruto is the president. I mean, anybody, even me, I would do that if I suffered with you. Like, for example, Raila Odinga served in committee, 9 years in jail. I'm sure there's a gentleman who was his friend during that time. If he became a president, sometimes you just reward such kind of individuals. And number 4, if you ask me, it is William Ruto's strategy to win the support of the media. Kenya Kwanza has had a lot of trouble with the media. The other day, I saw the Minister for Sports, Ababu Namwangba, organizing a breakfast meeting with the sports journalists. For me, if you look at the appointments, the number of media people William Ruto has appointed to his cabinet, to his government, the number is huge. Is it a strategy to win the support of the media? Hussein Mohammed there. Gashuri Francis is there. Sang is now there. There are several others. So if you are in media and you worked very closely with Gashuri and he calls you, William Ruto has a message for you, it will be very easy. So by doing this, William Ruto is actually trying to soften the stance of the media against his government. And lastly, there is also a narrative which is in this country that William Ruto doesn't dump his people. He helped, like if you stand with Ruto today, tomorrow, rest assured, he will stand with you. So this appointment reinforces that saying. And why is that important? It persuades those who are undecided to support Ruto. Because you'll figure out that you support Uhuru, you are not sure. You support Raila, the next time you will not be in the picture. But for Ruto, you support him, then you stand with him at critical times. When the right time comes, William Ruto will reach out to you. So for me, that's also another narrative which is being sent here. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Thank you, guys. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.